How is it going then, everybody? I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome to another video here on our channel. I'm the FIFA Analyst. We have got a FIFA 20 coaching session for you today. We're taking a look at a student who is consistently hitting Gold 1, Elite 3 throughout Weekend League. Trying to make his push kind of into the Elite 2, Elite 1 bracket. It's kind of where he wants to be, but mainly making sure that he's hitting Elite each weekend. The reason why I've chose to upload this video is because this was a session that was done last week. This particular student, from our session and watching the videos and practicing himself, has managed to go and hit 27 wins this weekend just gone, which is absolutely phenomenal. So a massive thank you and well done to him, really. Really incredible stuff. We do take a look at the start of this video and very in-depth at the end at tactics, because this is one thing that you players sometimes can get wrong. So we do discuss that. So I hope you guys do enjoy. If you do, please let me know by dropping a like and subscribe to the channel. We do upload every single day at 5 PM. If you are interested in a coaching session yourself, there is a link down below that takes you over to the details, and you can also direct message me on Twitter or email me, whichever one's easiest. Let's go ahead and jump into the video. On your left, you got to stay forward on Neymar, which is fine. On your left attacking mid, you got to stay forward as well. And then on your right attacking mid, you've got to get into the box and fine. And then cut passing lanes, cover wing on Phillips. Balanced drop between defenders, cover centre.
Yeah.
Okay. Talk me through the two CDMs first. What's the thought process behind the instructions on them there?
I've just always, since it came in, had the drop in.
Have you?
Yeah.
Really? That's interesting.
I've
Not very
just
often.
used it.
I used it on a 4-3-3 once, but I've never used it. Was that on a 4-3-3? It was on Summit. I've never used it though on the 4-2-3-1. Well, I have tried it on the 4-2-3-1, but not to my liking. And then you have Calvin Phillips on cover wing as well.
Yeah, I alternate between that.
Okay. All right. Do you rate the drop between defenders in the 4-2-3-1?
It helps, I find.
Are you a possession player?
I try to be. It's when I get deeper in Weekend League, it seems to help more. Just having the extra body there.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll have a look, because it isn't something that is that popular this year just because of the way it tends to play. It takes a while for it to get into suit, if that makes sense. I'll show you it in game and show you exactly, just to make sure that we're happy with it. At the end of the day, if it's something you've been using for a very long time, as long as in this game we don't find a fault with it, then obviously keep running it if you want to. But if we do, possibly nearly concede a couple of goals or something, or do concede a goal relating to the drop between defenders, then yeah, I'd probably recommend changing it. As I said, it isn't something that I do go, oh yeah, put it on, it's great. I'm not going to tell you to take it off, because I suppose it's your personal choice. But in terms of meta, it isn't something that, I do say to people, yeah, go and put it on. So I'm going to treat this like this is a FUT Champs game, and this is for you to consistently hit Elite. All right. So you said you shout at yourself. I'm going to shout at you, but in a polite way as well. Okay, that's how we're going to do this session, to hopefully make sure everything sticks in your brain for you. You know exactly what I'm going to say here. You've got time to carry on running down the line and assess the situation. Possibly look for the header, possibly look for the Dembele, whatever it is. We play the ball into Dembele, who's already surrounded by two players. He does receive the ball okay, but then you realise you've not got much on going forward and just end up giving the ball away from it. We could have possibly looked at going backwards, but going forwards there isn't a pass that we should have done. I think, though, the main issue was playing the pass straight away with the Amavi. What I'd like to see, you move the Amavi over to left back, don't you? Do you?
No, I'll keep him there because he's got 5-star week.
Oh, okay, all right, that's fine. Yeah, I was going to say, if you do, then wait for the Amavi to move over. If you keep him there, that's fine. That's not an issue. So that's the first time we've done that. Let's see if we do it that often in the next few games. Bakayoko is, look on the, I don't know if you can see it down at the bottom, the mini map there.
Yeah.
So this Bakayoko, if we just watch him, you can see him up here as well. That's the drop between defenders. Now, the reason why I personally didn't like it, I used it on a 4-3-3, and I had my fullbacks on join the attack, and I played like 8 depth, so it was basically a 3 at the back, and it worked fairly well. The reason why I don't like it in the 4-2-3-1 is because what's going to happen eventually as it starts to play like this, these guys, especially like when you win the ball from like defending, they kick out really wide, and they almost become like a right back and a left back instead of a right centre back and a left centre back. And then what it means is Amavi and your Alexandro will end up like being here, So they're more of like wing backs, which is all well and great. But then what it does is, well, Calvin Phillips is responsible for trying to cover all this area by himself. Can leave you open to a very good counter attack. So let's see if it does play an impact on you, obviously, throughout this game. But that's just to show you how, definitely that's how it works. This is what it does. I'm sure you're aware of it, but. Guys, if you are enjoying this video, please do let me know by dropping that like button. You can subscribe to the channel. We do upload every day at 5 PM. There is 75% of you that watch these videos that aren't subscribed, which is absolutely mad. And you've all seen more than one video. That's one stat that we're kind of seeing here. You probably watched more than one. So subscribe if you enjoy it. Also, we do stream every single day at twitch.tv/FIFA Analyst. Head on over there if you are interested. I don't use them that often, the Lasco flip-flap, because it's a very good skill, and it's probably something I should add into my locker more. The reason why I don't do it is I just can't. I don't have that ability really to just bang it out on all those different angles. Some of the pros can just do it at any angle, and I'm like, no, I almost have to be perfectly straight on to kind of do it. But yeah, if you've got, as you said, the stop and turn can work, the scoop turn, which I'm going to touch on here for you because you do that really, really well. Just absolutely execute him. The only thing. Do you think you should do anything else there, or do you think that shot say, yep, go for it every single time?
Possibly fake shot stop.
Let's have a look. Probably not something I'd say. It could be,
but he just stops the defender, doesn't he?
The reason why I wouldn't like the fake shot stop here is because, excuse me, I've got a bit of a tickle in my throat. You do this, brilliant. The reason why I don't like the fake shot stop here is because you fake shot stop, he's not running. When the fake shot stop is really good, is say if you're both out here, or you're both in here, and you're both running at full speed.
Yeah.
Because when you do the fake shot stop, they obviously have to react. They can't react quicker than what you can do the skill move in because it's such a efficient skill move. Here, you're kind of like, well, you fake shot stopping yourself, and he's already in front of you, so there's not much of a need to do that. It could. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but it could work. What I actually think is better here, ball roll, yeah. The only reason why I'd say the ball roll is because you know that taking this shot has a good chance of getting blocked. Some people blame AI blocks and everything. To me, this is one of them ones where it's like, well, to be fair, we took the shot. Yeah, knowing that he was stood there. Like that's not an AI block where, I don't know, this guy's come here and just done an absolute superhero thing. So I would like to see us ball roll. Which way would you ball roll? Would you ball roll upwards or downwards?
I'd come back towards the screen.
This way?
Could probably go either. It's Neymar, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you could probably go either. I would probably be more inclined to go upwards towards the Yedda, just because you're going away from this guy. I feel like if you try and ball roll that way, you're kind of getting sandwiched between the two. So there's a chance they might tackle it. But even still, let's take it, for a positive, obviously, on the chance. The scoop turn was brilliant. Got into a really good area. Maybe that little bit of extra composure in that final third in that scenario would have been really, really good to grab the goal. Here, you come out with the Bakayoko. Sorry, the screen does this every now and then. It's just somewhere I'll keep pausing it and freezing it. It's that there. How often do you hold second man press?
Quite a bit.
Do you? And so this is what I'm a little bit. Watch how this Sandro's actions isn't normal unless you're holding second man press.
Yeah, I do. That's probably one of my biggest things which you'll probably see, to be fair.
Okay, like that to me was we shouldn't have done that there, because now you've pulled him out of position quite drastically. You might not concede from it, you might not develop anything from it, but it's going to be something for us to keep an eye on. I wouldn't have done the second man press there just because. Let me just, sorry, screen freezes. Here we are. Because the Sandro, because the Bakayoko's there. Now, when the second man press is normally effective, is going to be, say if, I don't know, he was about to, this man started making a darting run, and Bakayoko was here, and Sandro was there, and this is where the ball is. So let's ignore Bakayoko. Bakayoko's not there, and Sandro's a little bit closer. You want to, say if he starts making the darting run, and you want to track this run with Ferdinand, that's when second man press should be needed, because you need to track this runner, but you don't want the ball holder to just have free run without having to have any pressure. So then you would hold R1 to then go and put that bit of pressure on. Xbox or PS4, are you? Xbox RB, sorry.
I think I do it way too much.
Do you? Okay, yeah. I'm sure we'll see it then throughout this game. I only pick up on, like, even that thing's not like a mistake, so to speak. I pick up on it because it's like, well, this could be a recurring pattern. Let's see, and then we'll know from it. Good defending there. What do you do for work then, if you don't mind me asking?
Sales.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but it's inbound sales, so if they want something, they ring me, so it's quite easy.
Yeah.
But at the minute, it's just ringing with problems, obviously, with companies shutting down and stuff. So
yeah, I can imagine. I don't know what to expect. Obviously, I sell cars, and I'm like, next Thursday is meant to be the end of this lockdown again, and I'm like, am I going to be going back? Like, I just don't know. I just wish they gave us more communication, like.
Yeah, keep you in loop, sort of thing.
Yeah, because I mean, the last thing I want is to get to next Thursday and then they make the announcement and go, oh yeah, these businesses can be open, but this business can't. And then my boss goes, all right then, yeah, we're back open. And I'm like, I'm back in work tomorrow then. Geez, like, you know, like a bit of a shot to the system, isn't it?
Out of the blue, yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, I sell contracts for bins, so
yeah.
Keep it,
Yeah. That pass. You wanted that to go to Yedda, surely?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. As long as we did, then I'll let you off. Again, double tap past that area. To be honest, I think maybe the reason why this has gone to the Ferdinand is because we've done the double tap pass. I feel like if we play a normal ground pass and put a little bit more power on it, yeah, because the power bar that we did wasn't even a bar. It was less than that. I think this is why this has tried to go to the Ferdinand, because of the lack of power behind the pass. If you just put a little bit more, that's how much power you've put on that. That's not really a lot for that pass to there, is it?
No.
When you think about it.
There as well.
What's wrong with Rio going up there? Oh, there you go. That's where he's gone on his little dilly dallies.
That's probably me.
Yeah.
Oh no, 'cause he's not played.
Nah, do it in a sec here. There. You know what it is? When you pass the ball with Mbappe, you're tapping LB. So you're tapping LB for him to go, but then what you've also done is you've pointed the analog stick down this way, and it's also set Ferdinand off.
Yeah.
All I'd say to stop this, because this could be something you do on a regular without knowing, when you want to play a 1-2 pass, all you need to do is when you pass the ball, you just need to do LB and X at the same time. You don't need to do LB, 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 X.
Right.
A, sorry, you're on Xbox. See, I get half the controller right, and then the other half I just forget. It's so odd. I've not played on Xbox this year, so it's just so confusing.
It was so tough this weekend, champs.
Yeah, I mean, I was odd actually. I did all right in the first 15, and then lost the first game on pens at 15-1. And then as soon as I take an L on PS, I just don't care because I'm just like, well, I can't get a top 100, so what's the point? Like,
I kind of lost my head. I got to 18-4 and then lost 4 in a row.
Did you?
Yeah.
Drag back, slate off. Ooh.
I got absolutely battered 7-2. Probably the best guy I've played all year, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what? When you get battered, sometimes just sit back and go, fair play.
Yeah.
Because
well
and because at the end of the day, like you are gonna have people that are better than you, and people don't seem to like that on FIFA. Just accept when the opponent's better, and don't beat yourself up about it. You can go, I probably could have done this right, could have done that better, or I did this wrong. But at the same time, if you beat you 7-2, that just clearly shows he was a much better player. Regardless of how perfect you played, by the sounds of it, he still would have beat you. 100%. So what's the point in beat? There's no point in getting, like letting it affect your weekend. Obviously, take a break, but just don't dwell on it. Really. I
struggle with that as well because I can only play at night. I've got a little boy.
Yeah, I can imagine it's much harder. I mean, obviously I haven't got a little lad myself, but it's similar for me. Is that when you play on stream, like for you, when you've only got that time frame to play, you've just got to get them in, haven't you? You can't. Oh, I'll go and take a 2-hour break and come back later.
So I get on at 9 every night, and then he gets us up at about 6. So I want to be in bed by 1 latest. Really.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Play when I can.
Yeah, definitely. All the drag backs in there were absolutely brilliant. To be honest, no issues with any of that. This shot comes through with Neymar. Was that a L2?
Fake shot stop.
Fake shot stop. Did you
into him? Yeah.
Do you think that would work if you didn't do the double tap pass and it was a normal ground pass?
Possibly. The double tap I only started using recently. After watching your streams a bit more.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of it before.
I think, to be honest,
I'm trying to get it.
Yeah, I mean, that could be a normal back heel, just L2 and A. You don't need to do it, yeah. And then, scoop turn, anything like that would have worked, really. But
I might like the scoop in, to be fair, but
if you're not,
didn't because of the double.
Yeah, I think I like what you've been doing inside the box in terms of drag backs, ball rolls, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
I am very confused on this team shape. Why is Dembele in right centre defensive mid? And why is Phillips out wide?
I've got no idea.
I'm just quickly going to go back to the start. I just want to make sure you change your game plan.
Yeah, go straight to attacking.
Do you?
Literally before I kick off. Before that, because I pause that there so you can see what I've changed to.
Do you make sure of it? Ah,
There.
yeah.
And then show you like what it is.
Why is... I'm not going mad, am I? Dembele is in centre defensive mid at the minute. And Phillips is...
It keeps coming out wide. Yeah.
Okay, let's just see if...
That could be.
Yeah, and then you've got Dembele on... Dembele's on getting to box and balanced. And Neymar and...
They're both on stay forward.
This is where I don't like the drop between defenders. Okay, so you win the ball. Now, straight away, Bakayoko's mentality is, I need to get here. What this means is that if you ever lose the ball in the middle of the park, you've got that gaping hole there. And look where Phillips is.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Like, very much so. Well, again, we'll see if it carries on playing its impact on for you. Like that. Well, to be fair, we probably should go 1-0 down and pass through. I mean, to be honest, you play the pass through. Obviously, he's got the 5-star weak foot, so there's not an issue on that sort of side of things. The pass necessarily isn't, wrong. Maybe we could have gone to the Phillips instead of going inwards. A little bit of trouble, but he kind of covered that Phillips pass. Campbell takes a bad touch. You think if Bakayoko wasn't coming from a centre-back position and was here, would this attack be stopped? Quite possibly. Yeah. Nothing that you do wrong in defence there, but yeah, okay. Let's carry on watching it and let's see if it does anything more. Ferdinand's going on a run.
I have a feeling my tactics could be quite a big thing, to be fair. Because I've not really spoken to anyone about them. I just sum up myself at the beginning and not really changing.
It's quite amazing, actually, to be honest. I mean, you're in, not that they're wrong, but people. I mean, I think we'll look at the actual tactics as well in a minute. Because I looked at the player instructions at the start, but we'll look at the in-game tactics as well. It's quite amazing because I get a lot of people coming to me and they're running 10 depth, well, like 8-9 depth, long ball, one player's in box or something, and I'm just like, huh? Like, none of it makes sense.
I'm alright with that sort of stuff, but it's just the instructions mainly.
Yeah, I think the thing is, as instructions go, good jockey in there in the middle of Phillips, we like to try and think, but real life football, this person does this person does that, and then it doesn't replicate on FIFA.
I think this connection, it's delayed it so much.
I'll be honest, I'm not too bothered about that. You know the pass was trying to go through. Yeah. All I'm going to say is, let's say the pass goes through. How do you finish this?
From there, probably scoop away from the guys following me with, and then near post.
What, you'd scoop the keeper or?
Scoop the defender who's coming with me.
Yeah.
If he gets near me, and then just near post.
Near post, okay. What about if the keeper does come out?
Ball roll.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, as long as you're going near post, ball roll, those are the only two things that we need to be looking at on a one-on-one. A chip, for instance, I don't think should be anyone's choice. Yeah, that's fine. So some people actually think that one-on-one chips the your best option. We need to change this. Look, what? I don't understand how this team is set up. Why is Dembele centre defensive mid? Why is Phillips right wing?
Yeah, no idea.
It's weird. Weird.
I don't know how I've not noticed it, to be fair. Because Dembele looks like Bakayoko, I don't know.
You know what? Sometimes I think that on stream, like I say, I thought that was Bakayoko or something, and I'm half expecting someone to go racist, and I'm like, it's not. It's just on game they look similar. But you know what Twitch is like. You say one thing and people get their panties in a knot, don't they? Okay, good drag back. I like that drag back as well.
Probably should have gone again, and you'll tell me off for time finishing.
I am going to tell you off time finishing because it's not needed, not worth it this year. Was worth it last year, not worth it this year.
That's why I just got that used to it. I left it on.
I think you do well there. What do you think you do wrong other than the time finish?
Probably shot too early.
Yeah, and choice of shot?
Yeah, finesse is not great, is it, this year?
Yeah. This can work in scenarios with someone like Messi. Say if it was on opposite side, left foot. Dalglish is a pretty good one as well. Someone with an absolute belter of a shot. Ben Yedder's got a shot power.
Good. I used moments rush. Everything like that he finished.
I used like normal rush when I did that charity stream. Well, prime rush, and I did not like him. I don't know if that's because I look like him, mind you. But were you around for that stream?
I wasn't. No, I'd not started watching you then.
No, oh yeah, we did the charity stream, and I had an Ian Rush mustache and the R9 haircut. I sat there in my missus' dressing gown playing with Rush at like 3 o'clock in the morning, looking like, I'll be honest, looking like a pedo with an R9 haircut and just an Ian Rush mustache. Ridiculous. Yeah, I honestly think here this is a case of just getting a little bit excited. To me, don't shoot outside this box, right?
No.
Unless I don't know, you've been in the game for ages, you feel like you've been getting lots of shots off in this area, and you just think, you know what, I'm gonna take a potluck shot. Like, that's what I do every now and then. Sometimes I'll just go, I'm gonna hit this for the hope of it in it, and sometimes it hits the back of the net, sometimes it goes wide. Here, I think this is, we need to be a lot calmer. We need to try and get into here and make the percentage of finishing and hitting the goal a lot higher. All you need to do is take the one extra touch, and then Ben Yedder's obviously got brilliant shot on both feet. Can just literally smash it. I mean, I imagine he'd take that on his right foot outside of the boot, well in at the near post, would do you quite well. Although we look at that in that scenario and go, oh, could there be a chance that the defender comes back and covers it? Quite possibly, but I think if you do that quick enough, because you slow down there and to time up the shot, that's what it looks like you may cover it. But I think in full speed, you definitely have the chance to get the shot off. Again, not saying that 100% goes in, but it certainly, I think, does better. Yeah. We'll go back and look at that again in a second. Was there anything you noticed in any of that?
What, the defending?
Just everything in that little build-up then for us.
Yeah, drag him in again.
From the second man press.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think the player switching, we get a little bit lucky there as well. So yeah, first bit here, second man press. You're holding R1 with Alexandro. Again, not a scenario that we need to. Think about Sheffield United. One of the things that Sheffield United are really, really good at is being compact, tight team, hard to break down. Everyone knows their role, basically. I don't know the Sheffield United team off by heart. Whoever the left back is, you imagine your left back. If he came out and did this, what would you be saying, sat there at home or sat in the stands? You'd be absolutely destroying one, wouldn't you? Same for Alexandro. That is not his position of the pitch to come out and try and say, I want to get this ball. That's Bakayoko. That's a little bit of Calvin Phillips if they swap around. All Alexandro is bothered about is this channel here.
Yeah. I didn't realise how much I did it until I watched this back myself.
I
watched it before coming in.
It's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. I mean, I hardly use it this year. I mean, there is a time and a place. Pros use it a little bit more, but they use it on and off, so they're constantly on it, off it, but they're aware of who's going and when they need to drop off it. While as for us, I got into a habit on FIFA 18 when I was trying to get better of basically just holding it all the time. And it's a very hard habit to break. So it comes through anyway. There's not much you can do from that front. So just trying to get the screen back to normal for us. There's not much here, Ferdinand. This is why, though, we have to be careful with this thing, because what this then does, this build-up here stems from Alexandro being out of position. Because what happens, because it drags Rio over. Campbell then has to come over. The right back then tries to come over, which obviously can't happen all in that space of time. Calvin Phillips, you'd never trust. The AI are absolutely woeful at tracking those runs. You make the right switch to Campbell, brilliant. Talk me through your switch to Amavi here.
Literally just expecting the pass.
Is that it? Okay. If he plays this pass, you let him have it, then you switch to the Amavi, and then you deal with it. At the minute, the main threat is the man in the ball on the edge of the box. This, all you know, if he plays that pass, he could spoon it wide, he could go behind him, he could take a bad touch. You almost want to take your gambles on that, take your chances. But this, Neymar, head on the goal, that's one of the most dangerous things in FIFA. We don't want to let him have that. Stick with the Campbell. Hold the LT button, and all you're trying to do basically is put yourself in front of the attacker and obviously in between the goal as well, which, to be honest, he messes that chance up drastically. What division was this?
2.
2. That's... I don't know how he's done that then. I don't know how he's done that.
To be fair, I shouldn't have struggled against him because he's using his full Serie A team for swaps.
Yeah, we need after this we'll definitely look at these tactics because I do want. Although you might say I've used it all the time, I personally think you do.
Thought about swapping it, so
I think you'd do much better without it because this here to me. This is why I don't like it. You're playing the 4-2-3-1. I don't know if you saw the video uploaded today. The 4-2-3-1 is great for having CDM, cam, and a triangle, that little pattern. And these triangles appear all over the pitch. Right back, ram, right CDM, like that. And what you can do is you can go, all right, play the pass into there. I'm going to send you on a run with LB. Pass comes into there. You can then pass the ball over to that Dembele. You then make a choice. You got your right back to use down there, or you can come inside. And it's just easy attacking patterns in FIFA. What you're doing at the minute... Go on.
I say I'll probably swap my team about as well if I do that. Because I've got a Scream Firmino. I'm not having to drop back with Bakayoko.
Yeah. Scream Firmino's a beast as well. Love that card.
Yeah,
but
tradable. He's played about 900 games.
Yeah, he's mental. Absolutely mental. But the reason why I'm saying we need to do that is because, look, at the minute, you've got...
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. You don't even think, though. When you're playing, I've not even realised that.
Yeah, I feel like you're just limiting yourself so much because although there's a massive gap here at the minute, but if you had Bakayoko there as an option as well, you just have more on. Finish. Good man. Good goal. Good goal. Was that the lovely double tap pass as well?
It was. That's a good spot to use it, I know, but I'm just trying to not use it too much at the minute because I'm still trying to learn it.
I'd rather, in division rivals or something, I'm happy for you to use it in all these different cases and scenarios. You've got to practice it somewhere, and rivals is the best place to do that. And then champs, obviously, you bring what you practiced into.
Yeah, I did try recording champs, but it just weren't happening.
That's all right. How old's your lad?
He is just turned 9 months last week.
I see.
Yeah.
Bless.
Getting a right little attitude.
What's his name?
Freddie.
Freddie.
A big cricket fan, so.
Yeah. Good old Freddie Flintoff, eh? He's a lad, isn't he? He seems like a proper sound bloke.
Big time. Love to go out for a night out with him.
Yeah, that'll be an heavy night out with him, wouldn't it, I think?
Yeah, massively.
Again, just to touch on it, I'm only making you aware of it. It doesn't cost you anything here. Second man press, watch the Sol Campbell. That there?
Yeah.
Again, just think about Sheffield United. His responsibilities here, he doesn't need to be this close.
Dembele's there again doing his job.
Yeah, fantastic defensive duties, Dembele. Lovely. You like that fake shot. I did him really well. Glad. That was probably a case where we didn't need to do the double tap pass, and I think we did it twice then.
Yeah, I know. I've been overusing it.
This one here was probably just one that could be a long ground because although it's in between two defenders, they're not kind of close enough to intercept it. But that's okay. I'll let you off there. This one here definitely wasn't needed. That's just a normal ground pass along there. You try that. I think he gets caught offside. Yeah, that's fine. But I really like in that build up, as Dembele does his brilliant job of defensive duties. I really, really like this here from you. This fake shot. Oh.
Stelling, yeah.
Beautiful. So I'm not worried.
Firmino as well.
Yeah. You can. I'm not worried at the minute for you and being unpredictable in attack. It seems like skill moves wise, you've got a few in your locker just to use and make it difficult.
Yeah, defensive just tends to be my issue. So I use something to record my results every weekend league, and the difference week to week in how many I can see is crazy. Scoring wise, I'm normally about the same every week.
To be honest, people get it wrong. People focus on the attack too much. If you become a godlike defender, you're going to score against most FIFA players because there's not that many godlike defenders. It's not that hard to score a goal on FIFA. Yeah. If you can become a godlike defender, you're already up the rank by one, in my opinion, literally.
Most weeks when I get elite, I average about 40 goals conceded across all games. But then the weeks I get gold one and mess up, I'm looking at early 50s. It's like...
Yeah. I dread to think how many I concede, because I'll be honest, the way I play on stream is I just play for the sake of playing, really. Like last year when I was playing competitively, yeah. Well, no, not at all. Last year when I was playing competitively, my head was in the screen, and defensively I was a lot better. I played a couple of games the other day off stream on the Road to Glory account with a 100k team, and sweated. And the different, I was on a call with my brother, and I just said the difference between me here and what I'm like on stream. It's mad, like absolute mad. I'm going to touch on this again, just so I think I've made myself clear. Look at Calvin Phillips is. I know he's on cover wing, but he's just not. And Dembele's back in. He's back in the middle. Come on, let me defend. I'll do a good job. He shows for you though, doesn't he?
It's madness, yeah.
He shows for you.
It's crazy looking at it.
Okay. Once that fake shot there was alright on that front. Sometimes you are unfortunately just going to lose it like that. Good jockeying in the middle with the Bakayoko. You're not diving in. You're not trying to predict. You're just waiting, seeing what he's going to do. You're covering the passing lane into the striker. As soon as he does that skill move, you know the ball's going to go away from him. Boom, intercept. Good. I like that a lot. Okay, you got the man over. Use him. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I think we kind of killed the chance a little bit. I probably would have looked at the Mbappe, but that's fine. As soon as you come back inwards now, though, this should have been probably another drag back in. Always think when you've not got much on going forward, your fullbacks are always a great outlet.
Yeah.
We've not actually touched the fullback in a way of come forward so far this half.
Never do.
You're not. No. You just think you lay that off to there. He comes running over. What's either going to happen? Thorsby's going to go nowhere near, and you're going to get a 2v1 on this right back. Yeah. Thorsby's going to come over to track the Sandro, and then this Ben Yedder's going to have quite a bit of room in here, which then means you can play the ball into the Dembele. You let him find the Neymar. You might be able to get a shot off. It's all a knock-on effect.
Yeah.
You could have got the ball to Sandro, and you ran forward.
Defenders, do you have them stay back, even backs?
I vary it. At the start of the year, I preached balanced. I love balanced. Over the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've kind of gone stay back, and then last weekend I went back onto balanced. I think for the majority of FIFA players, stay back is the better option, but like that scenario there, use them. If almost
5-star skills as well.
Yeah, exactly, and they're not bad going forward. They just create, because it's a knock-on effect of people come forward and create runners. It makes it much harder for the opponent to track everything. When you've only got 4 attackers, which at the minute you have done really. You've only got your 4 attackers. Phillips isn't going to get involved. He's on cover wing. He's on balance, so he might get forward a little bit. Bakayoko is on drop between defenders. So you've actually really got no outlet from the midfield. All you've got is your 3 cams and your striker. Try and score 4 goals against... People go, I can't beat part of the bus. Well, yeah, because you've got 4 attackers against 9 defenders. How are you? You're not going to. So especially in a game where I'm up against someone that's part of the bus, I will have balanced fullbacks. I will. I always have one CDM on balanced, just to get them forward and get them involved as well. But if you have them on stay back, that's fine. But get them involved yourself every now and then. Don't be afraid to run forward with them. Don't be afraid to send them on a run with L1. All you need to do is make sure that when you do send them on a run, make a mental note. I've just sent my left back on a run by tapping L1. Okay, he's going to be out. He's not going to be in his position now for the next 10, 15 seconds in real life. And then as long as you're aware of that, you're not going to get caught out on it, because you won't give the ball away as much. While some people send them on runs, then give the ball away, and then go, where's my left back? Oh,
blame.
Yeah. So you've just got to be cautious of it. It's tactical and it's smart attacking. No, that's all it is. If you want over rivals over a couple of days, have them on balanced. See how they give you that outlet, and then almost go, okay, well, I'll start recreating that myself with the stay back. Will you score more goals with balanced fullbacks? Yeah. Will you concede more? Yeah. It's a knock-on effect. It's unfortunately just what happens. You've got to find that balance. Majority
like 10 ELO, it's probably better to have balance.
Yeah. I think when you're playing against the lower end players, it's definitely better. If I know, so if I look at the team and I recognise the name and I'm like, all right, I'm up against someone good here, then occasionally I will pause it. All right. With the other case we spoke about how we didn't put enough power on the pass. We put less than a bar. We put too much on it this time, which is why it probably goes there. But also, for it to go there, it would indicate to me you're pushing the analog stick up, but you're pushing it that way more. Even that slightest bit of that angle on the analog stick could be enough for the game to go. Oh, you want that there then?
Yeah, I am very heavy-handed, which probably costs me quite a lot.
Yeah. Is there a way to fix heavy-handed? I tell people to caress the stick, like they're caressing a lady or a man, depends on what you're into. There's no way that I can say, do this, do that. Why are we time finishing? Hey, come on. Okay, like the skill moves, like the drag back. I like that drag back. What shot is that? Is that a finesse?
That was a finesse, yeah.
Any reason?
If I do tend to shoot from edge of box, I tend to use finesse more.
Okay.
When I'm in the box, I just smash it normally.
I think here, if this was Messi, someone with the beauty of a finesse shot trait, lovely, maybe the finesse works.
Yeah.
I think Mbappe, given Mbappe's very inconsistent on this game, in my opinion, a power shot's just much better.
Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of him, but I've got him tradable. I love getting him.
Yeah. He's one of them ones, isn't he, that it's just the pace and the skill moves and, the decent weak foot that we have him in. You're not going to like what I'm going to tell you. Time finishing off.
Yeah. I've not scored hardly any this year. It's just
no, it's not worth it, because if you ever tap B a couple of times by, because I did it one weekend where it cost me actually.
Yeah, it has me as well. When you're close in the box.
Yeah, and you think you've pressed shoot and then you think you've lost the ball, so you press it again and you haven't. Yeah, you can still time finish penalties and free kicks when you turn it off.
Yeah.
So it's just better turning off, in my opinion. I know you might not like that because by the seams of it you like them, but I just don't think it's
I like them this year. It's just nostalgia more than anything, I think.
Yeah. Here, I like the L1, the overload. This isn't bad here in my opinion. The stop and turn face value looks like this is a good decision because he's quite touch tight.
Yeah,
he just he just kind of manages to recover ever so slightly. Good scenario to do the stop and turn in that sort of area of the pitch, because if it works, you got a clear shot on goal. The only time I wouldn't say don't do the stop and turn is if he's not this tight, he's here instead, like a bit further up. Yeah. That's the only time we don't want to do it, because when they're too far away, you're just going to stop and turn. They're just going to defend it easily because they can see exactly what you're doing. It's quite an exaggerated skill move, like it's quite easy to see when you do it, but when they're touch tight, they can't react quick enough. So. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Alright, this is a couple of times we've done this now. Just in the final third, just these little silly passes. I think this is kind of where you're getting a little bit like, what do I do?
Yeah, that's probably the defensive thing again.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, I don't think you have the option to go Bakayoko, out to my other CDM, out to my left back. That's something I will do. If I don't like the passes going forward into the box, I'll go back to that CDM. I'll go back to the right back. I'll go wherever I need to go and recycle the play. The minute for you don't have that option, because it's either like go forward or lose the ball. Which one do you want to do? Because you just don't have that midfield supporting run, and that's going to cost you a goal because of it. From that point, let's have a look again. Was there anything we could have done defensively? I mean, your right back and Mavi's gone on a dying run. This,
I think that's what you were saying.
Yeah, I think you. I'm just trying to work out on how we send him on the run, because we don't send Mbappe on a run here with L1. So you must be pointing that there and tapping it now, because this guy doesn't. He doesn't go, because that's what we did in the first scenario with Ferdinand. Where he went darting forward. The reason why he went forward is because we played the pass with L1 and tapping it. Yeah. So I don't know if this was intentional or a mistake. Obviously, you're the only one that will know if you meant to send him over there. So this is what I mean now, where you've got to make that mental cue. Amavi's just gone darting up. Now look at the back four.
It's still 4,
it's still 4 because Bakayoko's there. But now what it means is that this man here's got an absolute free run because there's no one around. Campbell moved over. Bakayoko's now going back into left defensive mid. Phillips is now in right centre defensive mid. But by this point, everyone's now back in the team shape of the original 4-2-3-1. But it's too late. It's too late. And then Georgie Best puts it in the back of the net.
Tempted to try his moments. Looks incredible.
I haven't used him since. Did I have him on my team on FIFA 18? I think I might have had him on my team at the start of on FIFA 19. Sorry, I know I had
Apparently, his moments as a cam is meant to be one of the best in game.
Yeah. Is it a cam? I don't think I've seen it on the mark. I don't think I've seen it in game. You know.
But everyone says he's not that great out wide.
But he's better in as a cam.
Yeah. 2.7 mil.
Mad in how some icon moments and whatnot are ridiculously expensive, and some are actually fairly cheap.
Yeah.
One thing that gets me when people ask me about the market and whatnot, I've just got absolutely no clue. No clue.
I probably spend too much time trading about 20 mil profit this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's one thing that irritates me is what icon should I get for 300k? Okay, well, if you give me the options, I'll tell you, but I don't know every icon at 300k.
If you're looking at spending 300k, icons aren't worth it.
That's one of the things. Double tap pass again. I think you're very unlucky not to find the back of the net there, to be honest. I'm happy with, although we do ever use it in some cases, your double tap passes, you've certainly took it into your...
Yeah, it's just situation dependent. I just need a little bit more when not to use it more than anything, I think. Rather than when to use it.
Yeah. I think so far, takeaways, obviously... takeaway, I wouldn't mind a Chinese now. Second man press, obviously we want to come off on that, use it when you're tracking that runner coming through, and then use it to obviously use the left back or whatever to kind of cover on those sort of areas. Skill moves, I'm happy with kind of what we've got in the locker so far. I haven't seen a heel to heel from us at the minute. I imagine that's probably because you think that they don't work because EA decided not to allow 90% of them.
I do use them, it's very rare.
Okay. It's something that it can work in good scenarios. Obviously, that first chance we had as well with a bit of composure, the extra ball roll would have done wonders. That's another one where we do a double tap or a normal A pass would have just been suffice. We didn't need to double tap this one here, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's no.
Only reason why I'm saying this is because the more we do it, the double tap pass does kind of take the sting out of it. Like that. The ping of football, so it is very much, we don't want to do it overdo it at all. But yeah, definitely second man press. We have got a little bit excited in defence like we did with that Campbell at one time on the 1-2, and then the lack of using these left back and right back to drive forward, and then we'll look at the custom tactics in the instructions in a second to have a look at that and see how we can rectify the issue of Bakayoko and Calvin Phillips and Dembele playing CDM. But your jockeying and whatnot, player switching as a whole has been fairly solid. I've got no issues on that front. I don't know how you play in division rivals compared to champs. If you want me to be honest with you, if we're looking at getting elite a little bit more consistently just to boost your confidence back up. I mean, if you were 25, 26 most weekends last weekend, you probably just need that bit of the confidence boost here. I'm going to say it. I don't know if you're bad with language, but if you don't mind bad language, just start playing. Just play a bit like a pussy, to be honest. Just go backwards a little bit more than you go forward, is what I'd say.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't do enough. Keep possession and just recycle. I know that. It's a big.
It is. I mean, as I said, for me, if I was tryharding, people don't touch the ball against me. It's disgusting. You don't need to do it unnecessarily, 70% possession for no reason. But if someone's playing drop back, right? And you go 1-0 up and they're sitting deep, don't go and keep bombing forward and trying to score and score and score. Let them come out to you. You're in no stress to get another goal. They need to come out of their blocks. If they're not going to come and pressure you manually, don't feel like a dick for holding the ball. My opinion is if someone wants to play drop back but doesn't know how to press when they go 1-0 down, that's their fault. If you want to have the ball and hold 90% possession, that's their problem. That's their tactic not working. Don't fall into their trap of keep trying to attack it and then let them counter on you. And then, they get one quick goal. You then get frustrated. They then get another goal. And then you're like, oh, well, how's this happened? And then trying to break down that wall in the 60th minute when you're 2-1 down and you didn't even know how it happened is very, very annoying to come up against. Take a little bit of a touch there and just be a little bit more composed. The free kick attempt was good.
I tend to score quite a few this year.
Yeah. Better than me. I've scored 5.
I see a lot of people doing the thing where they put it above bar and then try and make it dip and all. I don't bother with that.
No. I need to watch someone's tutorial on it, to be honest. I'm terrible at them.
Put it near a corner. If they don't pull a defender in, more often than not, it'll go in if you're green.
Yeah. People keep asking me, can you do a free kick tutorial? And I'm like, I can't do tutorials on stuff I have no clue what I'm talking about on. That's just not me. I can't do that. 89% pass accuracy, fine. We did do fairly well possession stats wise. 7 shots, 4 on target. A little bit more ruthlessness in the final third. You know, a couple of times we're giving the ball away a little bit cheaply, in my opinion. You know, the back heels, using a double tap pass when we didn't need to.
Yeah.
I don't want to say, oh, cut down on the double tap passes too much, because you are doing them in the right sort of areas. It's just on the odd occasion. Excuse me, we could have played it into feet and we kind of overkill it on that front. Defensively, we've touched on the second man press. Are you happy with where I want you to use it and where I don't want you to use it?
Yeah, I know I overuse it. I knew that was one of the big things as well. I was watching it back myself, but I didn't realise that until I did. Because I never watched my games back.
If you're not, it's an amazing thing to do, isn't it? It's an absolutely amazing thing to do. Obviously, I say to people, for me, if you're serious about improving at FIFA, this is all I did to go from Gold 2 to Elite 1 in 3 months. There was no other factor. Obviously, playing the game and putting what I was watching into practice, but the main factor was the only way you're going to know your mistakes is by watching them. And I'm not saying watch every single game. What I'm saying is once a week or something, if you can record a couple games and just have a quick glance over them while you're eating some food or something, eating your dinner, it can go a long way. Let's have a quick look at this. This the main tactic then, yeah?
No, that's before I switch.
Okay, that's fine. Press after possession loss, fast build up, 3 depth, high width. Okay. Do you want to grab a notepad and pen?
Yeah, ready.
Defensive style. If you want to be able to press after possession loss, go press on heavy touch. Press after possession loss is effective, not from minute 1 for me.
Yep.
Reason being, it throws your team shape out like mad. So press after on heavy touch, the game determines based on the pressure you've already applied, based on if he plays a dinked pass into his left back and it's going to be a hard ball to bring down on the chest or the on the knee or something. That will dictate the heavy touch, and the game will then press for you along with you pressing as well. Press on possession loss just means that you are pressing every single time you lose that ball for 7 whole seconds. This will result in you conceding goals. You say you concede 40, 50 goals a weekend. I imagine five of them probably come from this, at least.
Yeah.
Going on press on heavy touch, does it mean you're going to concede loads less? Possibly not. But if we can cut out 2 or 3 goals a weekend just because of this press after on possession loss, bonus. Yeah. Is it a good tactic to use? Yeah, probably when you're 1-0 down and you just feel like, I just want to put that bit of extra pressure on. Yeah, you could switch to it. That's not a problem. But running it from minute 1, if you use it and then go a goal down, where you now kind of put yourself on the back foot already. So balanced or press on heavy touch are the kings. Press on heavy touch I enjoy more, but balanced does give you the best of everything. Width of 7, drop that down to 5 or 4. The reason why your width probably you don't notice it at the minute is because you've got drop between defenders on Bakayoko. Yeah. You almost want to emulate overload. I don't know if you used it, overload ball side in your width.
Yeah, I did.
So the lower the width, the more you emulate overload ball side. I wouldn't go. Some pros that I know that I work with on a regular and that sort of thing, they run like 2 depth, 2 width, and that means that when they come up against another pro, it's just a sweat fest of basically who makes the first mistake. Do I recommend that for a weekend league? Not really. I think 5 or 4 width is kind of better. Try 5 first of all. You won't notice a dramatic change, but it might just be enough to not have your team spread as wide. Because at the minute, your right back is like there, your centre back's there, your other one's there, and your other one's there. So the gap between all of them is a lot higher. Whereas it might be now, your right back slots in a little bit more there, that there, and that there. You can just see how they're all a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Gives up a little bit more room down here, but that's not this year. Cutbacks can work in certain scenarios, but obviously the main threat on FIFA is this area here.
Yep.
Okay. Depth at 3, fine. I wouldn't ever go any lower than that. If you do want to run press on heavy touch, have a tactic of press on heavy touch with 5 depth, and then maybe have one on balanced 3 depth. So you've almost got a higher depth, higher press, a balanced press, lower depth. So you can have two variations of this 4-2-3-1 if you wanted to. Fast build up. Personally, I don't like it. Especially, you said at the start you like to play a possession style game.
I've tried anything different. That's one of the things I've not done.
Never tried anything different?
Not really.
Okay. I run possession or balanced always. I never run anything else. Fast build up, what it does, how like even Phillips on that one point was up here and we were like, what's he doing?
Yeah.
That's what fast build up will do to you, because your CDMs and your right wingers, basically their main aim is to go from defence to attack as quick as they possibly can. But if you like playing a possession style game, how can you know when we said that one where you conceded that goal and where we said, well, you had no one on. Bakayoko dropped between defenders meant you had no one on, but also because the others are like, come on, let's just get in the goal, let's get into the box. We just want to attack. Like, that's all they're trying to do.
Yeah,
balanced, yeah. Possession, if you're being used to fast build up, you'll probably hate possession to start off with. Possession, everyone shows short, no one runs in behind. So balance gives you possession, fast build up, and long ball. If the game thinks that you've got a great opportunity to counter attack, it goes to fast build up. If the game thinks you've got a chance for a long ball where you can play it in behind, the players make the running behind for long ball. If the game thinks I need to come short here because we've not got much on or whatever, they'll come short. So that's why it gives you the best option. Width, you've got 6 on that. That's okay. I tend to run around 5, so there's not a massive difference in that. Players in box on 6 as well. Personal preference. When I'm on my possessions tactics, this is how my possessions tactic runs. It's going to be 4 width, 4 depth, possession on the offensive style, 5 width on the attack, 1 players in box, and that's how my possession tactic looks. For you, if you change to 1 possession players in box, you'll hate it. I'd probably leave that on around where you are, to be honest. That's fine. If sometimes you feel like everyone's in the box and I've never got a man on the edge, I've never got the simple pass on, drop it down by 2, go to 4. Okay, instructions, let's go through them. Getting behind on Ben Yedder, fine. I run balance at the minute, but I used to run getting behind. Again, if you feel like he's never showing short for you, change him to balance, because that means he gives you the option for everything. Neymar on stay forward, I've got no issues with you doing that. Neymar, I have mine on balanced again, but that's fine, not a problem. I wouldn't have Mbappe on stay forward, I'd have him on balanced. Is there any reason why we have Mbappe on balanced getting to cross and balanced support on crosses, and then Dembele on getting to box for cross?
That's one thing I've been playing with both of them.
Okay. I prefer
anybody on stay forward, but I've started trying different.
All right. I don't like the stay forward on both of them. Most people this year run come back on defence because they're scrubs. I'm not asking you to do that. I just prefer balanced. It just means that they support defensively, but they support attackingly, so that you get the best of both worlds. While it's having one or the other is like, well, sometimes you may have needed them to just be there, and they weren't. Especially, when I said about if someone comes forward with a right back or left back. Well, yeah. If someone comes and attacks you, Alexandro, at the minute, your Mbappe's, like I think Sterling never used to track back, and now he does.
Lazy, yeah.
Whereas before, he didn't. So this Alexandro at the minute is going to get isolated if he ever goes on a 2v1, because Mbappe's just not there, because he goes, oh no, sorry mate, I've been told to stay up here. So best job balance, in my opinion. Getting to box across, I have that on both my outer cams. Your choice, balanced or getting to box across works.
I did, yeah, I used to have both on.
Okay.
I've got it on the wrong one actually. I should have that on Mbappe because his heading's a lot better than him.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't have it on one and not the other. You either have it on both or you have balanced on both. Right. There's no need to have one on one not on, in my opinion. Calvin Phillips, if you want him to be the box-to-box, I know you've changed it now. If you want Screen Firmino to be the box-to-box midfielder, which I would recommend, cut passing lanes, cover centre. Always cover centre on these CDMs. We don't want Calvin Phillips going out wide like he was throughout that game. And you can have him on balanced attack. That's fine. I would recommend changing the Bakayoko to cut passing lanes here. We don't want to do man mark. We don't want to do balance. Cut passing lanes is the best. And we definitely don't want drop between defenders. We just want stay back while attacking. And then cover centre. And then the fullbacks, if you want the width from your fullbacks, you can do one thing that I like doing. You can keep stay back, that's fine. But if you want them to get involved, have them on. Or if you when they do get involved, if you want them to keep the chalk on their boots, stay on the touchline, change that to overlap.
Lovely, yeah.
Okay, and that's how I'd set that up.